I'm going to start with a warm up piece. And so the first thing I always suggest that you start with is your warm up piece, and that is the whatever it is that opens your heart to making music. I usually start with Bach in the morning or something Baroque. I'm actually not going to do that today. I have the Shostakovich Second Concerto, the second movement. So put in the chat what your warm up piece is and what your one thing you want to accomplish today during your 20 minutes. I really advise you not to focus on more than one. Of course, you can practice more than 20 minutes, but if you focus on one thing, like I'm going to get fingering done in this section of the Beethoven sonata, I'm going to really master my pedaling in this. I'm going to really listen and explore what pedaling I want to choose in this section, the development section of the sonata. I am going to put hands together for the first time, something like that, or just practice left hand alone. So really advise you to do that. And so I'm going to start with my warm-up piece, and then we'll go on to a few, not much, but I'm going to do a couple minutes of a trill exercise, some scales, some Hanan maybe, and then go into my piece. And when you get here, also put in the chat what your piece is as well. I'm going to go into some scales. Got my hands view. hopefully you're practicing, but I'm going to go into my piece. So I am working on two major works right now. I'm working on the Bach Chaconne. I'm working on Solidifying Memory, which I feel like I've re-memorized pretty quickly. I had memorized it the beginning part of the year, and then I put it on pause for a month, and then just make sure the memory is still there, which I actually played it from memory pretty easily yesterday. So I'm working on that, and I'm working on the Chopin E minor concerto. And I think my left hand's just a little fatigued, so I'm going to work on the concerto. So here's the challenging part for me, and I'll tell you what's so interesting about it, is that because of my hand injury in 2017, I have my outer reach is fine. My inner reach is very small, like a C minor is fine. I get to certain minor stretches are just like F sharp minor. I just can't reach it. So I've had to refinger a lot of the right hand. So it is essentially like unlearning what I've learned and relearning it, because my hand still, I've played this piece so at least a dozen times with orchestra. So I played it a lot in my younger years, and now it's kind of like teaching someone to remove an unwanted poor practice habit. And so I'm removing, it wasn't a poor fingering, it was just not the fingering that works for my hand now. So I am relearning it with new fingering, and I still, after not playing it for like 20 years, still my default is to go back to my old fingering. That's how we are when we're practicing unknown poor practice habits too. So I am going to work on I'm going to work for the remainder of the time, I'm going to work on the opening, the introduction, and I'll see if I can get up to the development. I'm not sure I can, but I'll see if I can do that. By the way, I meant to mention I did not wake up early enough. I'm still in my pajamas, so hopefully you are too. I'm in California. It's a little earlier. Situated the camera for left hand only, and I'm going to change that. distracted because I'm noticing you can see more. I'm going to just keep it in this view so you can see a little more of my right hand this way. those sections that after 20, 30 years of not playing this, my hand still wants to default to the original fingering. So that's why it's so important to not have. It wasn't a poor practice had, but in this case, but it's a fingering that doesn't any longer fit my current hand. So it just takes so much time to undo what you've already learned. There it changes to 4. Okay, got it. So I've gone way over and I haven't gotten to the development section yet. So, and my brain is fatigued. So just want to point out a couple things for you. One is that I always ask myself this question. So if you were listening to me practice, how can I make this easier? There are three things I did consistently in this. Sometimes I do one of them, sometimes I do two of them, and sometimes I do all three of them. Hand separate, you heard me do that a lot. Small sections of repetition, you heard me do that. And slow it down, you heard me do that a lot. So sometimes I would try one. If that wasn't enough, then I did two. If that wasn't enough, then I did three. Because then reinforce what goes well so that I remember it the next time I practice it. I've only had, I think, 2 practice sessions on this since one practice session was completely devoted to just relearning it. I mean, to refingering it, the right hand. So so it's been interesting. So I'm going to take a break and I'm going to come back off camera and get into the development section. So have a great rest of your practice, and let me know in the chat or in the comments if you watch this later what you were practicing on, what your one thing is, and what you got accomplished. Thanks so much.